Hello everyone, welcome to Wine and Wellness Wednesday. I am Lindsay Brantley, the founder of Camellia Alise and the Camellia Alise Academy, and I'm super excited to be here with you guys. And for those of you guys who are on Facebook, it's really funny. I'm actually doing my second live on the Academy page. I did the skincare one on the Academy page instead of the Academy one. So thank y'all for your patience for dealing with me and my switch up. But I'm really excited to talk to you guys tonight about some of the body contouring basics, and then some of the mistakes that you guys are making based on some of the questions that I'm getting over and over again. So I'm going to talk about some of those things, but of course, if you guys are live, you're with me, and you have questions, please send them to me. I will answer them live as well, okay? All right, but first and foremost, I want to congratulate y'all for getting through hump day, getting halfway through the week. I hope you have your wine, so I first want to toast with you guys. Okay. All right, I'm about to get real, so let me take some. All right, extra sip. Okay. Whew. First and foremost, let's talk about pictures, okay? A lot of times you guys are so worried that you're not getting good results for your clients, or your clients are like, oh, well, my results aren't looking as good. Part of the reason that you guys are not getting good results, or not seeing good results, is the pictures that you are taking. First of all, consistency is key, guys. If you guys have your clients standing like this the first time and like this the second time, and people are moving all over the place, and you can't compare those pictures, they're not going to look good. Stop doing that. Have your clients be in the same position each time, but not just the same position. Guys, if your client is doing this, if they're stretched out all the way like this, then you're stretching out their skin. You are stretching out their skin. So they're gonna see all of their back looks nice and smooth. All of the back rolls are gonna disappear. Don't have your clients completely stretched out. Now, the position that I teach my students, normally the clients have their arms up like this, or you can have your clients to come down like this. But do not have your clients stretching their arms all the way out, because what happens, this happens so often. Your clients you're going to take a picture of your client, maybe you share it with them, and they're going to be like this. And then when they get home, they're taking a selfie like this. Guess what? Their hands are down. They're going to be like, oh my God, that roll you said that it was gone. It's not really gone. You guys need to counsel your clients and yourselves. I hope that y'all are listening. It's not that you're doing bad work. It's not that your clients aren't seeing good results. It's that your pictures suck. Guys, they need to be in a consistent position before and after, and it needs to be one where your client's skin is not stretched all the way out, but it's also it needs to be one where their hands are out of the way. If you're trying to take a picture of your client's side and their arm is in the way, how are people supposed to see their side? Also, I take 360-degree photos. Even though I'm working on someone's stomach, if I get all of this fat gone and I'm pulling all of this skin in, guess what? Their sides and their back are going to start looking smoother. So maybe angle from the right side doesn't look good, but the angle from the left side does. So you have to take 360-degree photos. Now, the only time I don't do 360 is when I do a butt lift, because I'll do it from both sides and the back. You don't need to be getting pictures of people's vaginas, okay? But take consistent pictures, y'all. So that's going to be the first thing. Let me just say that. Okay, secondly, I just want to say to Nikki, who just sent a comment via Facebook, you're welcome, love. Hope you enjoy the book, okay? All right, so the next thing that I want to talk to you guys about is pricing. I talk to my students all the time. Why are y'all out here being the Walmart? You are bringing the industry as a whole down, okay? Let me just tell you guys this as an example. When I invested my money, or when our team invested our money in getting machines like the EM Sculpt machine, which is over $5,000, or the Cryo Skin, which is about $20,000, guess what? You sign contracts with these companies that say you cannot charge less than $350 per session for this, or $299, or whatever it is, right? Because they want to protect the integrity of their machine. When you guys are out here charging $50 a session, you are devaluing yourself. Now, I tell my students for sure, you come in here, you're going to get what you pay for. You're going to get amazing books. You're going to get a lot of experience. You're going to get hands-on. That's all part of the class, right? So you're going to get all of those things. But you also need to make sure that because you are well trained, you need to charge a price accordingly. Now, your area will have something to do with the price that you charge. You can't go out there and charge $500 when the people who are in your neighborhood only make $20,000 a year. They're not going to come in and pay $500 a session. So you have to do market research. But don't be the Walmart. Why are you charging $50 when you spent thousands of dollars for education, thousands of dollars for equipment? Y'all's prices are too low. If you know what you're doing, now let me just say this, if you're educated and you know what you're doing, you can command a price of $200 per session or more because you know what you're doing. If you out here guessing and you don't have a certificate on your wall, then yeah, you probably need to charge $50. Because if I ever walk into somebody's space and I want to get a service and I say, oh, how long have you been doing this? Oh, okay, great. Oh, where were you certified? Oh, well, I wasn't. I just learned, by doing. I'm going to walk right out the door. So if you are certified, you are properly trained, and you know what you're doing, charge your worth, okay? It's like I said with our classes. We're not the cheapest person in town. I'm not ever going to be the cheapest person in town, and I'm not going to change my brand, the way I teach things, because when my students come in, they know that they're getting a good experience. So you guys, your clients should know, I am worth $200 a session because I'm going to get you results. And I'm going to guarantee that you're going to get results. And if I don't, then your next session is free. So you pay this $200, but it's going to include a guarantee. You pay the $3,000 instead of the $1,000, but I'm guaranteeing your equipment. I just read online today, two practitioners, they're like, oh, we have equipment, it's available now. Oh, no refunds and no warranty. Okay, so if I pay $1,000 for this machine and you send it to me and it doesn't work, I have no warranty and no recourse, I'm not going to buy from you. But at the end of the day, make sure that your prices fit your worth and your value. Okay, don't just be cheapest because you're like, oh, I need to get more people in. At the end of the day, the people that you want are going to be the people that can pay your price. Okay, so that is extremely important. Okay, let me just say that. Pricing, if you're charging too low, you're working hard just to get a little bit. It doesn't make sense. So make sure that your price matches your worth. Okay. The next mistake I want to tell you guys, I hope that you are listening. Slow down. I have all these people that are calling me and they're like, I want to add this service. I want to add that service. I want to do this. I want to do that. You're not established in the industry. You're not good at anything, but you want to learn everything. Slow down. Learn your craft. I worked for 3 years under an anesthesiologist and another 2 at a holistic spa, just so that I could learn this industry before I was able to come teach any of y'all anything. I took my time. You don't make 6 figures in your first 3 months in business. Now I am at a place now, here I am, 6 years in business down the road where I'm making 6 figures in 2 months. Yeah, but look how long it took for me to get there. Make sure that you guys slow down and actually understand your industry. Understand what you are doing. Understand how to get your clients the best results. Because believe me, if you have 2 clients that lost 6 inches in their midsection, they're going to tell this person and that person, and you're going to be selling $1,000 packages left and right. It will happen. It will happen overnight if you know what you're doing and you study your craft. I am so excited. I just want to give a quick shout out and a testimony about one of my students. Now, I'm so proud of all my students that are out here doing their thing, but one of my students took my class 3 years ago. Her name is Olivia. She took the class in Atlanta. She's in Kentucky. She's opening her 2nd location now. I have so many students right now. I have one in LA. She took my class 2 years ago, and she's opening a second location. These girls are out here getting it. There is plenty of opportunity for you guys to grow, but it takes time. You can't expect to have 10 locations your first year in business. That's not realistic. You're going to burn yourself out, and you're out here trying to do things that you're not ready to do. Slow down and pay attention to what you are doing before you try to jump into a million other things. And I'm also going to give the same disclaimer for teaching. I am very, very strict. Let me say that. I am not like other people, y'all. I'm one of the only people in the industry that actually teaches an instructor program. But I'm very strict. If you got certified 3 months ago, you're not going to come to my instructor class because you don't know what you're doing. If you don't know what you're doing, how are you teaching someone else? I saw online this week 2 girls who are doing certification programs that got certified 3 months ago. What have you learned in 3 months? How many clients have you serviced in 3 months to say that you are now going to teach other people how to do this safely? And believe me, just because you have a book or you have a reference does not mean you know what you're doing. It actually takes experience working with clients. Everybody's body is different. What works for client A is not going to work for client B. You have to get out there and learn these things before you just jump out there and say, oh, I'm going to teach. So I know some people are mad because they're like, dang, I only got 3 months experience and I want to be an instructor. Well, you're going to have to learn that somewhere else, because to get in my program, you have to have a minimum of 9 months. But most people, I require that you have at least a year of industry experience before you teach anybody. Okay, so slow down. That is a big thing. And then the last one that I wanted to touch on, well, no, there's actually a couple, but the last one that's a really big one that I wanted to touch on with you guys today, especially for people who have taken my class or some of the really good instructors that I know, we give out manuals. We give out books. My books, each subject has a 20-page reference manual. Read the goddamn book. Read the book. I spent years. It took me 2 years to put together each of these curriculums. I took my time in writing these manuals, and just because you sit in a class, any class that you sit in, just because you sit in a class, it does not, you're not going to absorb everything in a day. The human brain does not work that way. That is why we do post-class refreshers. That's why we have an alumni group, and that's why we give you training manuals. Read the manuals. A lot of the questions that people come back and ask us over and over and over again, they are right there in the manual. Read the reference material. I got a really good question right here, and I'm going to answer it. It says, do you sell the book by itself? No, I do not. I do not sell my manuals so that people can read and learn. If you want to learn from us, you actually have to come in. Well, first of all, let me not say if you want to learn from us. If you want to be certified in body contouring, we require hands-on training. So yes, we're going to go through the book, but we want to guide you. Like if y'all have seen my videos online, I grab hands. Okay, let me just say that. I guide your hand to make sure that you're doing things the right way. And I will not certify students in cavitation. Let me say in cavitation specifically. I will not certify students to do cavitation without hands-on. Now, the other treatments like our wood therapy, for instance, we have 2 virtual options for wood therapy. One where it's live where we teach you, and one that's self-paced where it's pre-recorded. So that one you can get all of the book information, all the reference information right there in that course, and take up to 60 days to learn it. So that information is available to you. But I don't sell my books because I don't want people, like I said, to just read the information and go for it. I want you guys to actually have that hands-on training. I teach a lot of information in our class that is not in the book. And I do that on purpose. For instance, I have students that sit here in the body wrap class. When I do temperature guidelines, they're not in the book. I specifically left them out of the book because when I'm telling you what temperature for this, what temperature for that, I want you writing it down. I want you listening. I want you actually paying attention to it. If I put everything in the book, once again, people don't even read the damn book. So, you know, it's like the information just goes in one ear and out the other, or you may glance at it and never look at it again. But when I teach, I want you guys to write things down. Now, first of all, let me just acknowledge this. I know that we're in a pandemic, guys. I know that we're in a pandemic. I, more than anyone, I have 3 immunocompromised family members who are right now, I'm like, I just need you to get the vaccine, because if you get this virus, you're going to die. And I've been getting COVID tested. We've been going through crazy stuff. So I understand that everybody can't travel, and I am more, than empathetic about that. So I work around that. We have a look and learn program where if you just need to look and learn the knowledge, but you're not trying to be certified, you're not necessarily trying to do it as a business, but you need to know how to operate your own machines, we teach you that class virtually without a problem, okay? And then we work around things with our students. I've had people, literally 2 weeks ago, I had someone fly from Hawaii. Next week, I have someone come from Michigan. This week, I had girls that drove 8 hours, and I had one girl that flew from Florida. People are coming from all over the place. I work with some of these girls. I will tell you this. Sometimes people come in, they just want to do one certification. You can fly in and out the same day. I will get you in and out of town the same day. I will do everything that I can. Me and my staff work around the clock, and we answer on average 50 calls and questions a day. So let me just say that as well. If we have not answered your email, or if something happened, please just reach back out to us. We are inundated. There are 4 of us. We are inundated nonstop with questions, but we are always here. We answer our students' questions as best as we can. But what I don't like is laziness. I will tell you that. When we give you a manual and we go through all of this information with you, I expect that you are going to take time after class and go back over the information. Go back over it and understand it so that we can have our post-class refresher and you actually know what you're doing. You know what I mean? Okay, another question here that we're getting. I'm so glad that you guys are getting something out of it, because y'all are throwing questions at me. Other than taking the class, what are other resources for learning the craft? That is an excellent question. Oh my God. Okay. So after you take the class, you definitely need to be making sure that you are looking at our videos. We do videos every week to kind of show the craft. You also need to be going through your reference material. We have a YouTube page. We have a alumni group as well, so that other people in the industry can teach each other. Those girls in the industry help each other to learn, like, okay, what should I do here? What should I do that? Hey, do you guys, if you look down here, one girl was like, hey, if I have a client that's 6'2" and he's not going to fit in the infrared bed, what should I do? Somebody answered that question for her. I had someone else that said, hey guys, I have a client, she has really bad cellulite. I did A, B, and C on her, but I'm not thinking that I'm getting the best results. Can you guys tell me what you do? That's what that group's about. So it's not just taking the class. You have to look at other professionals, work with other professionals. I'm all about community over competition. Work with other professionals and help each other. One person may have a larger clientele, one may have a smaller clientele, one may have, like, my girl in Hawaii and my girl in Florida. Well, there's multiple, but my girl in Hawaii and my girl in Florida, they work with each other a lot, because it's like, oh, hey, I have a lot of tanning clients, so I have to do things a little bit different. They can't have infrared as often. Let's talk about it. How can we help each other? Aside from classes, you guys need to lean on other professionals so that you can continue the conversations. And then, like I said, we do make videos regularly to kind of update you. Ask other professionals. Even as a professional, I have other instructors every day that call me or DM me and say, hey, I'm an instructor, I teach this, but I was wondering how you feel about this. We bounce ideas off each other. I'm working on a national aesthetics board and ethics board with other practitioners. Build with those around you who are in your industry. Ask questions, but that is an amazing question to ask. We got another one, so hold on, let me see. Someone says they went to a certain school, I won't name it, and they feel like they didn't learn anything. We didn't get a book or anything. Okay, that's a problem. Let me just say this, before you register for any program, ask if you're going to get training manuals. And then also, a lot of times what I see a lot of my other students get is they don't get a training manual, they just get the slides, right? So if someone gives you very basic slides, they just print out the slides, That's not the same as getting a 30-page manual that actually explains what's happening with the body, why this happens. Our instructors, mind you, we have classes here, we have classes in California, in Vegas. We do have classes in a couple different areas. Our instructors all give you they give you our copyrighted material, very detailed information. So, Sarah, just to answer your question, if you would DM me, we do offer, and let me just say this as well. Our normal class is about $1,500. We offer what's called a refresher program for a lot of people who have taken these certification courses and they feel like they didn't get anything. We offer alternatives. So let me just say that if you feel like you need more training but you don't want to pay, the full price to get everything because you already gone somewhere, reach out to us. We do offer an alternative, okay? But I said all of that to say, that one thing, if you guys know me, I'm very honest, and I can be mean sometimes. I'm like, why are you doing that? I told you don't do that. But at the end of the day, I want you guys to be successful, and I just want you guys to know that we put a lot of time, effort, and money into building these curriculums. And so I want you guys to come in, fully get that, and then read the manuals after. Read the reference material. It is important, guys. It's there for a reason. It is very, very important. So please read your reference materials, okay? All right, I'm just gonna go over 2 more things with you guys really quickly that I see are very, very common mistakes in the industry, so I wanna address them. The wrong order, okay? Doing these services in the wrong order will yield bad results for your clients. So if you don't know, go back to my cavitation video on YouTube. It's on Instagram, where we literally talk about the cavitation basics, the correct order of operation you should be doing. I literally brought out our cavitation machine and a second cavitation machine and showed you the order of operation with the buttons. So that is on our YouTube page. It's on our IG page. You got to scroll down a little bit, but it's there. Please look at that. I'm not going to go over correct order of operation today, but that is a problem that I see. And let me just say this. If you're doing radio frequency and tightening someone's skin and you pick it back up with the vacuum, you're doing it wrong and your clients are going to get bad results. So that's all I'm going to say on that one, but it is an issue. And then the last thing that I wanted to go over with you guys, and this one is one that we got a call on this week with one of our students. Some of you guys are doing these treatments for too long. Okay, I'm not going to go over treatment timelines right now, but you're doing the treatments for too long. Specifically, you're doing the vacuum treatment for so long that you are lifting up your client's skin and almost giving them a mini butt vacuum session on their stomach. So instead of their stomachs being flat and laying down because you melted the fat, their stomachs are swollen because you're spending 30 minutes doing a vacuum only. That is a problem. Don't do these treatments for too long. It's not good for your client's health or their results, okay? So I'm not going to go over specific timelines because that's something that I go over in class, and it is literally, there are 4 pages in your book that's like thighs. This is how long you do them. Stomach. This is how long you do it. It's in the book. So I'm not going to go over it all right now. But it is extremely important that you guys don't overdo it. Like you think, oh, more is better. That's not true. You could be eventually shutting down your client's kidneys by doing 3 and 4 hour sessions on somebody. Nobody should be getting cavitation for 3 and 4 hours. Absolutely not. You are overdoing it. You can make your client sick. And if you are doing this vacuum for too long, your client's going to be bruised up and swollen and then wondering why their results don't look good. Okay? So I just had to vent a little bit. I told you I was going to have my second sip of wine, y'all. I've been getting calls this week. I love y'all. I love my students, and I absolutely love what I do. Don't think that I'm fussing at y'all, but these are things that you need to know. If you're going to succeed in the industry, you need to do it right. And let me just say, the biggest thing is going to be those pictures, because pictures and measurements are 2 things that we do to make sure that our clients see their results and they want to keep coming back. But if you're doing pictures badly, then your clients are gonna be like, well, I don't see a difference. This doesn't look right. This doesn't feel right. And you're not gonna get more clients. If your pictures look like crap on your page, more people are not gonna want to come to you because they're gonna think you do bad work. Okay? So I just kind of wanted to come on, vent a little bit, talk to you guys about some of the things that I really and truly am seeing, mistakes that just continue to happen in the industry, and I want you guys to do better, to be better. So I really do hope that this helped you guys out a little bit. Oh, Lord. All right, I'll be back next week so we can talk about some more business related topics, but like I said, it is extremely important that I touch on this. And if I did not answer a specific question that you're like, damn, I feel like I'm getting something wrong, I'm doing something wrong, DM us. My staff and I are always here to kind of answer you, guide you as much as we can. But I say this now, I say it over and over and over again. We do not certify people to do laser liposuction via social media, whether it's Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. We're not going to certify you to do that. So when you call me and you're like, oh, what are the specific settings on the machine? Have you taken my class? Because the classes tell you that information. Oh, well, how long do I do this on a client? Well, you should probably take a class. Like, I'm not going to tell you all of this information and give you bits and pieces here, here and there. We're not going to do that. Like, the most important information you're going to get in the classroom setting. I'm going to always give you the overview, and I'm going to answer questions primarily about building your business, because like I said, it took me 6 years to get to the point where I'm like, all right, 2 months I'm making 100K. It took a while to do that, but we're there now, and I can tell you the mistakes that I made. I can tell you the good, the bad, the everything, because I did it. That's why I wrote the book. And like I said, we got Nikki on here. She's like, thank you for the book. You are welcome. That's why I wrote the book. The book is all about the beauty industry and building your empire, because I made mistakes, and I just don't want you guys to make the same mistakes. I don't want you guys to struggle like I did. I didn't have somebody that could answer my questions and say, you're doing this for too long, or your pictures suck, or, why are you bruising that client? Or, I didn't have anybody to tell me the settings on the machine. I figured that stuff out by trial and error. But guess what? Because you have people like me, you don't have to trip and fall as much as I did. So that's why we're here. And I also just want you guys to know, yes, I'm live every week. But when you take our classes, we do not disappear. Every class is built in with a post-class refresher, a one-on-one. So even if there's 2 or 3 people in your class, you get a one-on-one Q&A where you can ask all the questions you want after you go home and practice. You get that. You get the alumni group. You get your books. We are going to do everything within our power to make sure that you are successful in this industry. And after you do that, it's going to be on you to perform, to get out there, get those clients, and do what you got to do. We help you with the beginning marketing tips as well. So there's nothing to it but to do it, guys. So I really hope that this information helped you out a little bit. I am going to finish my evening with that Bruno Mars and Anderson .Paak new song. If y'all know me, you know I'm crazy about Bruno Mars, and I love Anderson .Paak. So they came out with a song together. So we're going to be jamming to Close the Door, y'all. Let's sip some wine. I hope y'all have an amazing evening. I will be back next week. If there's anything specific that you want me to cover in any of our lives, all you have to do is DM us, and if it's something that's within reason, we will take care of it for you. Talk to you guys soon.